apologized. Thousands of people all ready to just say no. Then later he sent me an email, and his email said, Windsor was my favorite rally so far.
Yes, he did.
His favorite was here with the best organization and an extremely inspiring crowd. Just thought you should know. So we're going to keep in touch. He said he wants to come back, and we'll see how we can arrange that. But point being, 2,000 people, that means, and Windsor has 10 wards. If we divided that evenly, that's 200 people per ward were at the flag. Which means, and just imagine what we could do if we managed to organize that many people per ward to get some directed action going, more information spreading, more newspaper delivering, more internal knowledge about which businesses are already siding against the vaccine passports and supporting them. Because we need to know the businesses closest to us. Those are the ones that we can all help the most. So I think what I might do today is walk around now. I'll start asking everybody what ward you're in. I'll collect your information, and then what I want to do with that information is give it to everyone else in your same ward. So beware, if I collect your information today, I will be giving it to a small group of people who live near you. So it won't be kept totally private. Okay, and I think that's about it for me right now. I will hand the mic back.
We will not forget. You will be held responsible for the deaths of all the patients that you lose by denying health care to any citizens. Remember when we gave health care to non-citizens as well? And now you are denying citizens based on a health status that is arbitrary and illegal.
I swear to God, I came here 30 years ago, and the Canada I'm in now bears no resemblance whatsoever to the Canada I arrived at 30 years ago. I'm no career politician. I'm just a regular guy who served my country. I'm a regular guy, and I want Canada to go back how it used to be, right? And I appeal to the unions. I'm appealing to the unions here because the unions have always stood up for fairness and democracy.
Until now.
Where are they? Come on.
I am in the unions. I was NDP 35 years until I told Brian Massey I don't accept things when he compared Trump to Hitler. And now he wants to be a leader?
Yeah.
That's wrong.
Listen, I'm so grateful to the union people, ordinary union people that have told me that they're going to vote for me. What I need the union leadership to come out. It's time, guys, to take off your jackets and roll up your sleeves. These people are your brothers and your sisters and your uncles and your mothers and fathers. What the hell? Why aren't you coming out? Why isn't all the Unifor and the 444? We want the strength of the unions to come out and protect us from this discrimination. I got ladies now on the phone crying. One lady in a nursing home, she said what she really wants to do, a highlight of her day is every afternoon at 3 o'clock is to have go down to the common room and have tea and cookies and cake with her girlfriends and play cards. That's all she's got in the world. She can hardly walk. She loves it so much. And now they've told her because she's not vaccinated, she's got to stay in her room. And she said, Victor, I cry and cry. And I say to Jesus, come and get me now. This is not a campaign for me, it's a bloody crusade. And I need your support, everybody. I need you to go on YouTube and see my videos. And share, and share, and share. One lady, she's got 5 sisters. Not one sister will talk to her anymore. What kind of a bloody society is this turning into? Come on, unions, we need you now. Unifor, 444. You guys, I've worked with you guys on charitable causes. We've raised money to help people. Come help us now. Come out, and come out for us. Thank you to the individual union people that are going to vote for us, but we need the leadership to come out for us. All the city workers that are going to be sacked if they haven't been double jabbed. What kind of a society is this? Unbelievable.
People's Party of Canada.
Oh my God! I get so
So how about us who live out in the county? Who do we vote for?
you're out of the county, Beth Sharon is your candidate in Essex.
Brought to my attention that the Windsor Regional Hospital had asked their staff to take a personal day today because they knew that we were going to be out here, right? And we know that Doug Ford is probably... Doug Ford has probably made his announcement already. To the brave healthcare staff that are in this building and know that this vaccine mandate is wrong. You show up for work and you stand your ground. You tell them, I will not take the vaccine, I will not get a COVID test, and you just go ahead and try and fire me. If we get half the nurses and doctors to do that, do you know how much money that would cost the Ford government? They would be bankrupt for years. That's what they're afraid of. We are behind our healthcare officials. We know this is not an easy fight. We have a CEO that will remain anonymous, but he's in there and he's fighting for us. So don't you ever give up. There's a lot more of us that are fighting behind the scenes. Do not underestimate the citizens of Windsor, Ontario. You have the fighting spirit of Ontario. I grew up in this city. You guys are finally starting to wake up. Do not underestimate Windsor, Ontario. All are welcome, no discrimination. Businesses that want to post this in their windows, please come see us, all right? Together, we are going to defeat this. Thank you all for coming out today. Anybody else that would like to speak? I believe we have Kat Deal that has a little bit more to say to you guys. Let's give her a warm welcome.
I just wanted to add something to what I said earlier. Our students are being told, our university and college students are being told that they cannot attend school without proof of vaccination. First of all, the school has no right to ask for their medical records. It's none of their damn business. I have fought this with students over the years. I started this fight against vaccine mandates in 1985 after my daughter fell into a coma from her third-month vaccine, and I could not get a doctor to help us. So since that time, there have been many fights. I've fought with the military, I have fought with students, and the same thing has always happened. The higher you go up the ladder, the better you are, because the people who are charged with enforcing this garbage don't have a clue. They're just told this is a policy and this is your job to enforce it. They have no decision-making powers. You are wasting your time and your breath dealing with these people. You have to go up the ladder to where somebody can make decisions, and then when you get to that point, if you don't have satisfaction, push it up to their lawyers. Because their lawyers know that this is a constitutional violation. And I'll tell you right now, every single case that I worked with people was won. Every single one. We have a different kettle of fish right now, and everybody knows it because the government is backing us. And Ford announced permission for them to go ahead and mandate at schools. Students have power. If the students work together, walk out, demand their money back, do you think the colleges and universities are going to still stand? Do you think they're going to let that happen? No. Students have power. Okay, here we go. We have your daughter enrolled? Okay, so they mandated, she got her money back. Can be done, can easily be done. They can also re-register later when the universities and colleges smarten up. But in the meantime, let them know that they're getting no money from any of us. But the kids have got to get, young adults have got to get together and actually fight this, walk out, refuse it. Because if not, anything that comes down the pipeline, they're going to own their bodies. You know, they are the future. We need them to fight for it.
Folks, let's give it up for Gregory Moore. He's got something he'd like to say.
All right, Gregory!
Hey guys, I just want to say that we're in a battle right now of our life, and I can't believe what's going on right now. I can't believe that we're living in this country at this time. But you know what? God has put us in this place for this time and for this date. And I want to tell you that we are going to fight, we're going to protest, and guess what? We also need to pray. Lord, bless our nation. God bless our country. God bless our homes. And Lord, we ask that you rectify the situation that we're in right now. I want to tell you something. Doug Ford thinks that he's in charge, and Justin Trudeau thinks that he's in charge, but I'm going to tell you, none of those people are in charge. God is in full control. God is in complete control. And I'm going to tell you, Doug, you police over there, I hope you're listening. You are not running the show. I want to also say something else to the police over there. If this is a country that you want your kids to live in, police officers and security officers, listen up. If you want your brothers and sisters, they agree with us, good. Well, some of them don't. If you want your kids to grow up in this communist country that we're experiencing right now, then you can have it, but I'm not going to have it for my kids. I'm not going to have it for my family. I want to say something to the people that are already vaccinated. You will be on our team very shortly. When the government tells you that you need a third vaccine, is that going to be enough to wake you up? When the government tells you that you need a fourth vaccine, is that going to be enough to wake you up? You're going to be exactly like us. You won't be allowed to go into that business or that store or that restaurant if you don't have your third vaccine, if you don't have your fourth vaccine. So if you don't stand with us now, you're going to hang with us later. We're all going to stand together, or we're all going to hang together later. So I would suggest that you get on board, man up or woman up, do whatever you have to do, and we have to all work together. Have a good day.
Is that a powerful speech from Greg? All right? Listen to what this man is saying, all right?
I'll be home for freedom before you lose everything, including your jobs when they go cashless. What are you willing to give up? What are you willing to lose? Woo! Off your heart for freedom before you lose it all. Or you're panic. Woo! Off your heart for freedom, people. Freedom!
You hold your head up and you be proud of this city, all right? Anybody that tells you that Windsor is beneath the rest of this province, okay, they don't have what you guys have. You guys have spirit, you have conviction, and you have courage. I said it last year and I'll say it again. This is the best city in the country. Yeah, you heard me right. Right here, Windsor, Ontario. You guys have the bravery. You guys remind me of people in Florida or Texas or Alberta right here. You have woken up a sleeping giant. Do not piss off the residents of Windsor, okay? Because we are growing every day, okay? And we've got things that are going to be coming up in the days and weeks that are really going to give people some hope. I'm talking about concrete victories that you don't hear about in the media. This is what the media doesn't want. They don't want us gathering. They don't want us meeting. Well, we have a gentleman in the audience that has been to every single one of our protests. He has some physical challenges. He came down today from Central and Tecumseh. He has never missed a protest. This gentleman will not take a bus because they won't honor his mandate. No, I don't want to put him on the spot. Brian, if you're out there, would you like to speak for a moment or two?
I'm right here.
Oh my God, this guy's amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for one of the bravest patriots and my good friend. Let's give it up for Brian!
I don't know what to tell y'all, but I tell you one thing. This thing, it sucks because I did not see my family over 3 years because of this damn thing, you know. If you go on a train, you have to have a vaccination. If you gotta go on a plane, you gotta have the vaccination. Me, I'm 70 years old, and I haven't seen my family for a long time. This has gotta stop. We've gotta fight. Let people like us, I'm 70 years old, and I still can walk. We gotta fight, and then people get out and fight.
Not a dry eye in the house. Look at how brave this young man is. This is what I love about our movement. We got all walks of life. We got people from different career backgrounds, socioeconomic backgrounds. Brian would like to say a little bit more.
If y'all see this card I got, it says, read this, and they won't let me on the bus because I ain't got the right thing. So is it wrong? Yeah. We should get on the bus for these things, but they won't let us on the bus. They won't let us on the bus. That's why I walk everywhere I go, because it's wrong.
Okay, so there's a good example, because the health unit honchos that are supposed to be the ones that are protecting me, don't they always talk about that we have to protect society's most vulnerable? And this is no disrespect to Brian, because you're one of the bravest men I know, but it's a little bit more difficult to get around. You want me to read this, buddy? All right. It says, please help. I am exempt from wearing a mask or face covering. Thank you for understanding. For more information, including reading the legal exemptions from the bylaw. Okay, so there's an example, right? He's a very respectful, humble young man. He cannot breathe with a mask. We had 108-degree Fahrenheit weather on Saturday, and I saw people wearing masks. Where are the healthcare staff today? They were told to take a personal day today, right? Because a lot of these fine doctors and nurses and technicians, they are not down with this, all right? And these healthcare workers are brave, because the ones that know this is wrong have kept working, and they will have my respect and admiration for eternity. I'm going to tell you that right now. Big protest in Toronto today, I understand, in front of 32 Division? Right. So Toronto Police Association, guess what? They're pushing back on this vaccine mandate. Just like during the winter lockdown, the police said, you know what? We're not going to set up checkpoints like this is China. We're not going to pull people over, all right? The police are in a very difficult position. We all know that. They're public servants. But we need them to stand down. Stand on guard for thee has been at the forefront of this fight from the beginning. And I'm going to tell you right now, the London Police Association, well, they're not down on this vaccine mandate as well. We need the Windsor Police Association, the unions, we need them to step forward. because we've spoken to officers in Windsor and we know that they are not down with this. Windsor Police, law enforcement, we are not your enemies, okay? We are on your side. We need you to stand up, though. Let's give a warm welcome for Jamie. Let's hear what he's got to say.
How's it going, everybody? My name's Jamin Chase, born and raised in Windsor, and it was just amazing how quickly hate can spread real quick. And let me tell you what happened. So I just got back from Calgary, and I was in the airport. I was the only person not wearing a mask. I walked by the police, I walked by security, they all smile at me. One man comes up and makes an issue. And he's like, "What are you looking at me like that for?" And I said, "I've never met a male Karen before." And he lost his mind. And he started to get close to me, and I said, I said a couple years ago, this would be a whole different scene. I said, but you better thank the Lord that I'm saved and redeemed. I said, because I'd handle this a lot differently if you don't get out of my face. And then I'm sitting there meeting people, and the vaccine conversation starts. Everybody's vaccinated except for me and my wife. So I wait about 20 minutes and I don't say anything, and then I started giving them little stats. I said, you know that the death rate is 0.06%, right? I said, well, they did a study on 10,000 fully vaccinated people. 1,000 out of that 10,000 caught it, and 100 of them died. I said, that's a 1%. So that's higher than what we're experiencing. Everything was wonderful in that home until I mentioned I wasn't vaccinated, and you could feel it. You could feel it. But if you know the Bible tells you in the end times before Jesus comes, it says that brother will betray brother, sister will betray sister. And I always used to wonder, why would that happen? You see families split right now over this. You see kids that won't let their parents come over and see grandchildren because the grandparents won't get vaccinated. I'll tell you one thing. This is not the only virus or disease that's going to happen, because Jesus said that there would be plagues that come. That's more than one. So if the church is going to shut down over the first virus, and it did close, I suggest to you find a new church, because you can't sit there and you say that Jesus is a healer and then close your church over a virus. People used to get sick and the church would say, bring the sick here. Now it's, if you got a cough or a fever, please stay home to protect the people in the congregation. I suggest you find a new church if that's what happened, okay? Don't be a hypocrite. Don't teach on the miracles of Jesus and then close your church because people are sick. The church should be a center for healing, okay? It's a hospital for the sick, spiritually and physically. So all I want to tell you that there's a vaccine that's got a 2,000-year reputation, and it's never failed, and it's called the blood of Jesus. And if you ain't covered in it, I suggest you get covered in it. If you want to know how to get covered in it because you're not, come see me, and I'll show you how to get it done. God bless.
Thank you, Jamie. That was excellent. I just want to build on what he's saying on the whole issue of churches staying open. Anybody that lives in the Forest Glade area and knows Pastor Allen, we really need to find a church that we can meet at soon. So a store that's not open on the weekend, on a Sunday, you can speak to me privately about the specifics, but we need to find this church a place to meet, a physical building. It can be an abandoned store, it can be anything. Because people need fellowship and they need worship, regardless of what your religious denomination is. Anybody that can recommend a church that Pastor Alec can use on the Sundays would be greatly appreciated.
Thank you all for coming. I'm originally from Timmins, and I've stood up for the trees, and I've stood up for the trees here in Windsor, and enough's enough, and I am so proud of everybody coming out finally to stand for the truth and freedom. I had COVID 2 months before they announced it in Canada. And I found out months later there was many of us. Me too, many people had freaking COVID before they announced it in Canada. I woke up and it wasn't pretty. I was born with bronchitis, but I woke up, I had actually a cold. I never get sick. Once a year, maybe once every 2 years. And anyways, I had a chest cold for like about a week. And then 2 times in the middle of the night, I woke up and I couldn't breathe. I thought it was a dream. The first time I went, what the frick is this? And it did. It scared the heck out of me. And I went, it's just a dream. The second night it happened, I knew that something strange was going on in my body. And after that, I woke up with 4 hours of a flu and achiness, and then it disappeared. And I went, what? This was over like, you know, a week and a half, almost 2 week period. A lot of people were ill here and there. And then now I've never been allergic to anything. I could not smell for 3 months. I could not taste anything for 3 months. That scared the poop out of me. And then after that, now I can. But I have a sinus issue, and what I'm getting at is I have a home-based business. I'm a holistic practitioner, and I also do massage therapy with people, and I connect with Creator God, my angels and my guides, and I make sure that the person that comes into my home is safe. And I also pray that I'm safe, and I've been doing this for 2 years, people. What is this, 2 years coming May? 2 years I've been helping people, and I've never refused one person yet. Thank you, Creator God, and blessings all.
Wow, good job. So, okay, John's got something he'd like to say for you folks. Let's give him a warm welcome.
Thank you. So listen, do you hear all these horns? Don't you find that amazing? Okay, I mean, think about, okay, we're in a small corner here, and the amount of horns, which tells us, you know what, we're not in the minority. That's what they want us to think, okay? We're the silent majority, but we can't be silent anymore, okay? For those of us that were around, okay, in China, in Tiananmen Square, I was telling a group of young people, I was there on Saturday when Chris Sky was there, and I was telling the story of Tiananmen Square, where the students, okay, got together and tried to overturn the tyranny of China. And those young students, for those that are young and don't know, okay, those young students were run down, okay, rolled over by tanks, okay? You can go back, Google it, and Google Tiananmen Square and see if I'm telling the truth, okay? They're doing it another way here, people. They're not doing it with the tanks yet, but they're taking away our freedoms, okay? They keep, it's like the frog in the boiling water, okay? They put the frog in the water, they keep turning up the heat until the frog it's boiling and it doesn't even realize it anymore. And that's where we're at, okay? Or we're close to that, okay? So them coming up with these vaccine passports, they just keep pushing the envelope. And that's what they're gonna do, right? Unless we do what we're doing and get more people, like-minded people like ourselves, to stand up and push back. Because if not, it's another form of Tiananmen Square. It's just a different way of doing it, okay? And I know it's hard, okay? I don't come up and do this often. I started doing some stuff 6 years ago, fighting back against Kathleen Wynne and her reform on the sex ed curriculum, teaching our children pornography, right? And that woke me up. And this is another form, okay, of tyranny, okay? We need to stand up. I know it's hard, but you know what? We're not going to have a voice left if we don't do this, okay? And I know I'm preaching to the choir because you're all here, okay? But what we need to do is tell other people, and we need to stand up and go into shops, okay, without a mask, okay? That's what we were told, Chris Sky. And my wife, she's stellar. She's been going into these places, and most places are not turning her away, okay? She went to 10 places on Saturday. Only one place turned her away, and she basically said, fine, you're not going to get my business, right? That's what we need to do, okay? And I know it's hard. I put my hand up. It wasn't easy, but I'm doing it now too. And that's what we need to do. We need to show these people by our actions, okay? We're being shamed. Those of us that haven't taken it, okay, and that's a personal thing, okay, we're being shamed. We shouldn't have to be shamed, okay? We have the fundamental rights by our Charter of Rights and God-given right, okay? So we don't need to take a back seat, okay? We need to stand up for our rights, and mostly for our children and our grandchildren. Is this what we want to leave? No, we don't want to leave this. We want to go down, okay? If I'm going to go down, I'm going to go down in flames. I'm not going to give up my children. I've got 2 grandchildren, and I'm going to fight, okay? And that's what we need to do. Thank you.
Bring it on, brother. Bring it on. Come on. You got everybody behind you. Amen. Woo! Come on.
My mom and dad, they're not from Canada, but they came to this country because of what was happening in back home. And back home is Iraq. What I thought of what Canada was when I came here was a free country. And I saw it in people. I saw freedom in people, not in the government, in people. And it saddens me to see the hardship that people are going through, businesses are going through. We own a restaurant, and you know, my dad always taught me that hard work, you know, is what you need to do. Hard work is what leads people, leadership. And it hasn't been easy, guys. It hasn't been easy for a lot of businesses. It hasn't been easy at all. But what I can tell you is that when you guys stick together, when everybody sticks together, you can achieve a greater goal. And I really truly believe that. I'm personally religious. I'm Chaldean. And I'm Christian at faith. And I believe that Jesus Christ will come again. And everybody has to repent. Everybody has to repent for their sins. Even the cops that are standing over there, all the nurses, all the doctors, they have to answer to God. And you know, I just want to speak for most businesses out there. A lot of people are hurting, and a lot of people need to stand up. A lot of small businesses need to be here. They need to speak up. If we don't speak up, then they're just going to run us over. They're just going to run us over, guys. The future is not bright. Whatever they have planned for us is not bright. 4 years ago, I got involved in cryptocurrency. And I can understand where they're taking us. If you guys do your research and you understand, you don't have to be a doctor, you don't have to be a nurse. I went to nursing school. I went to become a nurse. But I dropped out because I saw what's coming. So I'm sorry, but everybody has to do their job. And they have to speak up. That's why I'm here today. It saddens me, but this is the truth. Much love, guys. I love you all.
Let's give it up for Lee. I don't know how big the Iraqi community is in Windsor, but I've spoken to some people from Iraq. They understand what tyranny is. Okay, they know they lived under Saddam Hussein's regime, and they can tell you a lot of stories. Okay. Whether it's the Christians in Iraq, whether it's the Muslims in Iraq, whoever it is, speak to somebody from that country and they will tell you what it is like. Now, this gentleman's business is local. I'm not gonna say the name, but it's at 714 Wyandotte East. This is what we need. I want to go to a business that supports us. I want to walk into a business like a normal human being and not have a face diaper on, okay? These are the businesses that I want us to support in Windsor. And I commend this gentleman for coming up. He was a little choked up, okay? Because this is life. This is tough for people. We're not looking for intellectually perfect public speakers, okay? We want to talk to people like this business owner and his brother that are still open. Despite the lockdowns, they're still standing strong. So let's hope more of these businesses step forward, because if there's any other businesses in Windsor that are still standing up, that's where we're going to spend our money. We're not going to go to the places that try to contact trace us. We're not going to go to those places that are going to ask for a vaccine passport. Folks, there comes a time where we got to put up and shut up. This is the second year of this, all right? So no more, and this is no disrespect to anybody, but nobody go to Costco anymore, please, all right? Let's not go to these businesses that are part of this sham. Let's support the businesses that know this is wrong. 714 Wyandotte East, and I'm going to go a step further. Let's go to dinner there today. How do you guys feel about that, right? 714 Wyandotte East, because I'm getting hungry for some chicken.
Holy fuck. Rollerblading with a mask on. I mean, I respect the right to do it, but hey. Yeah. I don't know what they're putting in the water.
StandUpWindsor.ca to represent. We all know Curry Portfolio. But we need your input. We want to know, what would you guys like to see? Do you want us to protest in front of businesses? Perhaps we should start organizing some field trips and maybe go to not only the restaurants that support us, but these restaurants that want to push a vaccine passport.
That's right.
Let's show them how much business they're going to lose. Let's have 100 of us. Let's call it the Great 101 Protest. We'll get 101 people to show up every Saturday. We'll pick a restaurant that we will peacefully enter, and we're gonna get served for lunch, brunch, whatever you guys want to do. If they want to turn us away, you know what? You can go ahead and do it. But we're going to be out there. We're not going to be backing down, and we're not going away. What do you guys think? Is that an idea?